Hello everyone, welcome to the Recipe Tales. Today we're going to do Dal Makhani, the Punjabi dish that is so popular. It's a restaurant dish that mostly everybody loves it. And let me show you what is in the Dal Makhani. It is Urad dal. It is a black dal. It is round and you need to wash it very well. So wash it a couple of times, rub it up, wash it and then soak it overnight or 8 hours. Then again wash it a couple of times before you do any steam cooking. So you can do slow cooking or you can do varoma cooking. Those of you who don't own a Thermomix, then you need to pressure cook or use a slow cooker. And I tell you, the best taste comes when it is slow cooked. So I did mine in my Thermomix slow cooking of 3 hours. That's right, the longer it takes, the more creamier your dal makhani is. Now, to tell you a little bit about the urad dal, this is the one without the skin. So it's white in color, and this is normally used in idlis or in dosas or in mendu vada. While in dal makhani, we always use the black urad dal. And this is how it looks when you soak overnight. You know, a little bit of tail end comes out. I like it to ferment, germinate, sorry, not ferment, to germinate a little bit so that the nutrient is there and we can also digest better. So I like to do that. So a little bit of a tail end comes out is good. Shall we begin? Ingredients: 100 grams of black urad dal, about 800 grams of water for cooking with 1 crushed garlic, so do a slow cooking, 30 grams of butter, first round, and the second round 10 and another 10, so in total about 50 grams of butter, 1 teaspoon garlic paste, 1 teaspoon ginger paste, 50 grams tomato puree, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon Kashmiri chilli powder, 1 teaspoon toasted Kasturi methi leaves, a quarter teaspoon Garam masala, 4 tablespoons fresh cream. Dal makhani. The word makhani means butter, and this dal has to be made with butter. So we're going to add butter in first into the mixing bowl, lots of it. Okay, so this is really the flavor comes out with butter. And then we're going to add our garlic paste and our ginger paste, and we're going to saute this for 3 minutes. 3 minutes, 120 degrees, and speed spoon. That's right, so we're going to saute our garlic and ginger in butter. Let it really slowly saute in and infuse all the flavors before we add our tomato puree and then our boiled urad dal. So we have, whoa, look at that. What a very beautiful fragrance. We have the butter melted and sauteed so well with the garlic and ginger. The next we're going to add is our tomato puree. And this tomato puree is homemade, but if you don't have, you can always add grated or chopped tomatoes, or you can blend the tomatoes and add it in. What we want is a smooth consistency with no tomato skins in our mouth. We want a nice creamy texture over here. So what I'm going to, that's why I made my own tomato puree and I use it in most of my Indian cooking. Then we add our Kashmiri chili powder because this is what is going to give the color. So I'm going to add that 2 teaspoons of it actually, and then we're going to add some salt. 1, and that's my Himalayan salt, and we're going to let it saute again. So before that, I also like to use my methi leaves. This is fresh, not fresh, but it's dried Kasturi methi. So I'm going to add that in. So this flavor will be that specific, you know, the restaurant style of flavor that you get when you eat, right? So we're going to go again. Three, and we're going to be at 120 again, and we're going to be at spoon mode. Oh, look at that, it is really bubbling up. I'm staying away because it's safer to be away from the bubbles. And now I'm going to add my boiled urad dal, and in it goes. And I'm going to add even more of the butter. This, as I told you, dal makhani. The word makhani means butter, cream, and I'm going to add more of that. And I'm going to add a little bit of the cream, half of the cream, the other half I'll add later. And this is optional, but I like to have a little bit of garam masala in my dal makhani, so I'm adding the garam masala in. And we are going to let this cook for 30 minutes. Okay, so the choice is dal makhani has to be cooked for a long period. So we are going to cook for 30 minutes at 100 degrees in spoon mode. The longer it cooks, the better the flavor is. You can place this whole thing on a slow cook mode and just leave it for an hour. The longer it cooks, the tastier and creamier it is. So at the end, all you have to do is just add some more cream and a blob of butter before you serve. And dal makhani is done. As you serve it normally, I normally serve it with jeera rice, or I have it with paratha. Pudina paratha tastes so lovely. Seconds. That's it. Done. Our dal makhani has been really beautiful, really creamy here. And let me take it out in the serving bowl. Dal makhani is done with butter and cream. This is the restaurant style, whereby just basic ingredients of ginger and garlic that is sauteed slowly. The longer you saute it and keep it on the slow cooking mode, the tastier it becomes. My name is Sushila Patel. This is the Recipe Tales. Recipes with a modern